Cool, hi guys, my name's Chris Malin. I'm a professional bass player. I play in a band called the Delta Rays, which features members of David Bowie's Spiders from Mars and ELO. We have our debut album out within a few months. I also play in a band called Zero Navigator, and we have our debut album out on Loud Play Records in around 2 months' time. I'm also currently on a UK theatre tour with Flash, a tribute to Queen. We're doing well, shows are selling well, and it's going very good. So I use Rotosound round wound standard gauge strings for playing live, and for recording I use Rotosound round wound medium gauge strings, just because with the medium it's a little bit easier to play for recording. With live you get a fatter sound from the strings. And when I was 11 years old, which is when I first started playing, I went through every single string and every single gauge and every single type of wound of string, and I finally settled at the age of 12 on Rotosound round wound standard gauge strings, and I've been using them ever since I was 12, and I don't use anything else. And the reason for that is because when I'm recording or playing live, it gives me the tone that I need and the depth within the note, exactly, much more than any other string that I've used, and I've been through every single string. So, as I was saying, I've been playing since I was 11 years old. What started me playing really was listening to bands like Dream Theater, Queen, anything classic, that kind of push the boundaries musically. I always like to push the boundaries, especially with the bass guitar, and these strings definitely help me do that. They cut through live, they cut through on recording. I need usually very little EQ, and it's all good. I've done a lot of festivals this year. I did a lot last year too. Last year I played to over 250,000 people in total across the space of the year. And what I enjoy most about festivals is the backstage food and drink. I'm joking. What I enjoy most about festivals is playing to such a large audience. When you're playing to 60,000 people plus, you only really kind of connect with the first few people in the, I would say, the first 7 rows or whatever. But when you finish your song and the lights go down, you can just hear this roar like a jet engine, and you just go, whoa, how many people are out there? And it's such a fantastic experience. I've done a lot of festivals abroad in Croatia, Austria, Portugal, various places, and it's just absolutely fantastic. So now, to get to that level, the advice that I would give aspiring bass players is to work on your timing, work on your rhythm, ignore the flashy stuff for now. It's not important. Maybe 1% of your playing is going to be flashy stuff. 99.9% of your playing is just going to be holding a note and holding a groove, and just sit there and work for hours and hours and hours with a metronome and work on it. And don't get too involved in the gear that you've got. The gear that you have currently is just fine. Don't blame your gear. It's not an excuse to not practice. Just keep practicing and practicing. Play live as much as possible. Play with other musicians who are better than you. Get them to push you. And I would also recommend using Rotosound strings to do that with, as they are, as I've been through every string, they are the best strings that I've used. And as it's Rotosound's 50th anniversary, I'd like to say happy birthday, Rotosound.